Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. Today we are working in my work planner and I am going to set up my work schedule for the week of October 6th. We are going to use the Functionally Neutral sticker book by 𝘰𝘧𝘧𝘪𝘭𝘪𝘢 because it has some neutral boxes in here. I don't tend to use a ton of boxes in my schedule, but we'll see. And then the seasonally neutral sticker book that has stickers for each season, but they have a neutral theme. I don't know which set I'm going to use yet, but we're going to find out. This is my work planner. I am totally in love with it. I have a setup video for this planner somewhere on my channel, but we are in the month of October. In my work planner, each tab has two sections. It has a scheduling section where I do time blocking and just my general work schedule for the week, and then it has a content planning schedule. On the content planning schedule, I use a vertical planner, and on my time blocking, I use an hourly. So for today, we are going to set up my schedule and do time blocking. So this is my new hourly layout. This is a Planning by Eva layout, and I'm excited about that. I am new to planning in this layout, so we're going to see how it goes.
Okay, let's start looking at some decor. So as I flip through this book, there are several really beautiful sets. Some I've already used. And I really do like these pumpkins, but that gives me more of a November feel, and we're in October. So I think I'm going to go with this kind of pink and gray, cozy reading / work set because October is my birthday month and reading is one of my greatest joys in life. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use this reading set. So I always start my schedules with a really nice anchor image because I don't do a ton of decor in my work schedule. I tend to keep this layout as functional as possible. I know I say that all the time in my planners, and it is true. I probably don't need to say it as much, and that is, at my core, I am a functional planner. The decoration just makes me happy. Honestly, it just warms my heart. It makes me more interesting in my planner, but it's really important to me that I keep my functional spaces open. Now, I mentioned that this is the first time I'm using this layout. I have been using an hourly layout all year for the most part for my work schedule because I do time blocking. But this is a Planning by Eva layout, and I made some changes to a normal hourly. Well, not a normal. Many hourlies look like this, but I made some changes compared to the Happy Planner hourly I was using. That's a better way to say it. I reworked my hourly layout to include my activity boxes at the bottom because I thought that would just make decorating a little easier for me. I always felt a little weird putting like certain types of decor at the top of my spreads. Like, for example, if I wanted to do like a furniture scene, something like with a couch and a fireplace, or if I wanted to do an outdoor scene, a nice fall outdoor scene, it just felt odd for me to have that like in the middle of the page or like at the top of the page. I just think of like a house should be at the bottom. That's just me. I don't know. I just felt like moving these activity boxes down to the bottom would be better for me. And I have enjoyed it in the 2 weeks that I have planned with it. So I think it's going to work out, but we will see. So I am just putting some functional boxes now in these activity spaces. My work schedule next week is not nearly as busy as it has been for the months of August and September, but I do still have a lot going on. Wednesday is a very busy day at work for me. And then Thursday, I have an appointment in the morning that I don't know how long it's going to take. So I went ahead and put boxes and checklists on those days so that I can represent that time and make sure I can write down a full to-do list for those days. I don't usually do much for activities on this layout for the weekend because this is really a work layout. And for me, my 9 to 5 stops on Friday. I don't extend it to the weekend. I'm not trying to extend it to the weekend, and I don't want it to extend to the weekend. So I use those weekend boxes to make them fun and beautiful and whatever the case may be. Generally, my activities for the weekend are captured very well in my catch-all because they are rarely about my 9 to 5 job. I do tend to do some planning by Eva stuff, and I usually capture that in my content planner. So on this layout, I just tend to keep those spaces, decorated, and that's about it. Okay, so in the sidebar, I usually put a quote over there in the center, and that's what I did. This time I have a nice little quote, just something to motivate me. And that's usually what I put over there. And then I am just going to put a header at the top of that sidebar so that I can label that with to-dos or priorities, whatever. That's pretty much how I get this set up. Now I am going to come in and choose some highlighters to start doing my time blocking. I will say on my activity days for Monday and Tuesday, I have left those blank, but I will come in and put some boxes there. Right now, I'm just testing my highlighter colors to find the 3 that is going to work the best with this layout. So now that I've identified my colors, let's go over how I do my time blocking. I tend to block 3 categories on my work schedule. One category is for my regular job. Another category is for my planning by Eva work. And then a third category is for well-being. So right now I am blocking time off for my 9 to 5 regular job. When I do my time blocking, I don't block the whole day, even though I work the whole day. What I'm doing is saying to myself, these are the blocks within the day that I need to hyper focus on this particular category, meaning phone is turned off. I'm not answering calls that don't relate to that category. I'm not doing anything other than focusing on that category. No multitasking, none of that. So for my work schedule, I know Wednesday was going to be a really busy day. Tuesday is always a busy day for me now. And then the other days that I blocked off, I'm blocking those off for concentrated work time. So now that I have it blocked off, I go in and I just outline the box to make the color pop, and I write a little abbreviated label, REG, for regular job. I'm going to do the same thing for my planning by Eva work. So I obviously don't have a ton of planning by Eva stuff in the middle of the week because my 9 to 5 job is my priority. I tend to have a big working block for planning by Eva on Saturday mornings. I'm actually filming this video on Saturday morning. That's when I do most of my filming. And then on Sunday mornings, I tend to get up and spend just an hour or so to make sure that all of my videos are scheduled for the week. Any last minute thumbnails I have to make, things like that. But for the most part, I try not to work a lot on Sunday. I really want that to be a planning and prep day for my personal planning for the week. So I'm going to go ahead and come in and label my planning by Eva blocks. I am choosing not to do an outline on those boxes. I'm going to leave those plain. I used to do 3 different outline types: a straight line, a squiggly line, and a dash line. I decided not to do the squiggly line this time because last week it made my planner look way too busy, and so I'm only going to do 2 line types unless I come up with a third one later on. But I put in some well-being blocks, and I'm now labeling those. So yeah, I think it looks good. I will say one of the things I like the most about this layout is the lines I included at the bottom of each day. And I put an icon on those lines. I think I have a heart icon, a dumbbell icon, and a goals icon. And the intent is for me to write one activity within those categories. I don't have to write an activity each day, but the space is there if I want to. And this way I have dedicated space to working on those 3 categories that I feel are really important to me. The dumbbell block, I think it's pretty obvious that that's for some type of physical activity or exercise. The target icon Pretty obvious that's for goal setting. And then the heart icon can really be for anything. I'm using it for health and wellness. So you are seeing me go through and choose a couple of days where I'm going to meditate. Those are the days that I think I'm going to have a little bit of a tougher day. For example, I pretty much know I'm going to have a tough day on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I'm going to put meditate there. And then Monday, I'm going to put take my medicine. So I just use that, to write down tasks related to my health and wellness. You can use them for anything though. You don't have to use them the way that they are listed. You can use the icons to represent different things, or you can highlight them out or put a box there. It's up to you. Okay, so I am actually going to come in and I am looking for a couple of boxes to put on Monday and Tuesday. I think I'm going to go with the big box, the double box, so that I can use that space to write some priorities for the week and focus on that. And then I saw a little space over on the weekend. Like I said, I keep my weekend blocks pretty much just decorated. But I did include a box in this one just in case I come up with some type of priority that I want to include. So now that I have my core function and my core decor down, I am going to go in and look for a few more icons just to kind of help build out the spread a little bit. So I put this nice wall art at the top, and now I'm going to wrap this up by putting a cup of cocoa on the right hand side as well to kind of finish out that whole cozy reading scene. And guys, that is going to finish up this layout. I hope you really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a happy week planning. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment.